So, Baron Sengir, myself and the listeners of the Algrotha Herald are wanting to know, where are you from, really? Well, thank you for giving me an opportunity to answer such a incessant and insensitive question. It is true, I am not from Algrotha originally. I was summoned here by, well, a planeswalker friend of mine. He engaged in battle, for I, Baron Sengir, am in hot demand across the multiverse. I have trained from unicorns, dragons, bears, and men. However, my planeswalker friend was not successful in his battle, and I was left. I was not unsummoned. So, what is a Baron to do but Baron? I have domineered this plane, and I am its ruler. This week on the Boardcast.
Let's bring back Baron Sengir. Let's make Baron Sengir great again. You know,
you get left on a plane, mate.
Yeah,
okay. As a Baron.
I'm envisioning it.
What's
right
your
now.
first protocol? What are you doing?
Ooh, I'm already pretty keen because I'm a Baron.
Yeah.
Right?
So you got the power.
Yep.
What's the first thing you're doing?
What's the first thing?
Yeah.
What timeline? Is it like old-timey medieval?
Oh, I get because you're a vampire, right?
I want to make all the farmers.
You're a Baron. We don't
I wanna
really
make
have
all the
those.
farmers dig up all the radishes, dig up all the potatoes, right?
Okay.
And I'm going to split the village in two, and we're going to have a giant food fight.
Ooh, food fight.
And then
they'll starve to death.
Team radish and team potato, right? And then if you win, you don't get executed.
Quick question, Kang.
You ever colour the population?
Yeah.
I'm on board. Yeah.
Quick question. You ever been hit by a potato?
It probably sucks.
That shit fucking
yeah,
hurts.
but would you rather get hit by a potato or a radish? I feel like they both suck.
It's about the same. Yeah, like
It's all good. As a ruling class, the peasants are my toys.
it's not like you're hitting someone with a tomato that's gonna like on
Yeah,
someone's
true.
face.
I do
right?
like we're
You're
back
hitting
into the
someone-
steak and potatoes story straight away.
This is why I shouldn't be a baron.
Yeah. No, you hit someone with a potato and they're going down.
Hey,
like
Danny.
they just hit the ground hard.
It's true. If you were a vampire, what's your vampire accent?
My vampire accent?
Yeah.
I'd probably try doing it like a Kiwi one. You know, from like...
Hey, you must suck your blood, bro.
That was not Kiwi. That was not Kiwi.
No, you just want to be like really off pace, just like hello, like
The Pauline Hanson of vampires. What was that?
Give us your fucking blood, eh? I would love to see a train rat vampire.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hey, Shama, give us your blood.
But yes, I feel like Edgar Markov has stolen all the fun and excitement, the heat. that
He's like the
vampires
sexy
have.
vampire. I don't want that.
He's the vampire daddy now, right?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Baron Sengir has been left in the dark. But where Baron Sengir is kind of he's
He's the OG daddy.
Yeah,
Right.
well, I mean, because that's the thing, right? If I was to say, because by the way, today we're going to be doing an episode on Homelands. You probably saw that from the title. If I was to say, hey, Kang, hey, Danny, what do you know about the Homeland set story? Can you identify any characters?
Whoa, there was minotaurs
And narwhals.
big birds, like really big birds.
Okay, sure, but like characters.
There's the big skyfish thing, right?
It's not really a character.
Yeah. Well, let's not diminish his
Are
character.
there any
as a-
homerids?
No, not on this one.
Disappointing.
No, yeah.
What the actual story, right? There's got
Okay, well, let's go logically, right? The ice is melted,
Yes.
right? Dominaria or
Okay, I'm going to tell you you're starting in the wrong place. Because Homelands, as a set, does not take place on Dominaria.
Never mind.
This is the first set
Why is it
canonically
called
in
Homelands?
Magic. Yeah, well, that's the thing. It first set chronologically in Magic that does not take place on Dominaria.
how did they fuck it up so bad?
They fucked it up so bad. I'm so excited to talk about Homelands because I've been able to.
fans at that time were also kind of pissed off of, hey, we want to know what's going on in the Dominaria storyline, and you're doing this now?
Or I would say that at that point they've been on Dominaria for like the first few, and like, oh, we're talking about a multiverse of things to do. Let's try something different.
But even more
And-
disappointing if the first foot in the door is Homelands.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the Magic said that no
Give us
one
the plane,
invited.
and we'll keep guessing from there.
Okay, so it's the plane of Algrotha.
I should have known that from the name of a bunch of the cards.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Where,
Homelands feels like another reflection of Earth. where everything is kind of just
A little closer?
kingdoms and
I mean, a
classic
little
fantasy.
bit, yeah. Like, for anyone that has played, I'm trying to think of like, because obviously people haven't played with any of the Homelands cards; they're fucking garbage. But if you've played Plane Chase, there is a plane for the Dark Barony, which is on the plane of Elgrotha. That's where the Baron lives. Is the Dark Barony? It just looks like medieval Europe.
Right.
Being this is the most trusted history podcast of existence on the internet.
yeah.
The fact that we've gone from Dominaria, was it before that when we were on Dominaria, was it that we were on Dominaria or we were just in the world of Magic the Gathering and it just at the time only consisted of this one place and then they decided to go to Homelands and decided out? Or was it always functionally going to be a multi-universe thing?
It was, if effectively imagined from the ground up as originally a system of games, right? It was meant to be Magic, world, right? So the original alpha beta was meant to be the gathering, the bringing together, and then we were going to go Arabian Nights and all this you know, other kind of stuff. They were all meant to be their own kind of isolated thing, but all different worlds.
Yeah.
And then when they were brought together cohesively as like, no, we're not going to make them different games. We're going to make them the same game. Yeah, it was conceived of as this is a multiverse.
Because I remember you mentioning that the Arabian Nights set was originally going to have a different card back. It was this bright pinkish purple card back, and it was called Magic Arabian Nights.
What color, if they were going to change the color of the back of the Homelands cards, do you think it would be?
It's like baby vomit brown.
Beautiful.
I was going to go with the same kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like inside of a nappy is Homeland.
Yeah. Real visceral. They make one of those scratch and sniff stickers from like the mid 90s.
Homelands is really setting us up for failure. Look at that, huh?
And that's the thing, right? Is that like I am hyped to talk about this set. I had a lot of fun researching this set. Do not go out and pursue playing with Homeland cards.
Well,
Like we were very fortunate.
we've played.
Yes, except for the explicit example of getting a box of Homelands and having a fucking cool draft experience.
Good old Johnny Coins, who is an alumni of the boards at this point. He was very, very fortunate to come across a sealed box of Homelands, and we managed to draft it at the shop.
The truth
which
of the
was
matter
very,
is,
very cool.
should you buy Homelands? Like this is the professor speaking, right? You know, is it worth it to buy a Homelands box? Bum bum, no. But if you have a bunch of mates and you want to have a decent like draft night, and you go in with like-minded expectations that it's going to be pretty terrible cards, it's actually very entertaining.
Yes, because there's an interesting story as to why Homelands is bad, right?
Yes.
We've had a number of sets throughout Magic that have been of varying quality, right? But the Homelands set, as opposed to Fallen Empires, which was just like, it was just kind of scattered design. It was all over the place. It just wasn't good.
And Fallen Empires was also not a very well-received set.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Fallen Empires was also seen as a bad set, but that was because it was just kind of designed poorly. Homelands, the reason that it's bad is because it was designed as a flavor-first set.
Interesting.
You had two designers that wrote the story for the world, wrote out this entire narrative, and then not being game designers really, but being world designers, they then made a bad set of Magic because they didn't quite grasp what makes a good card, what makes an exciting card. In fact, you have a bunch of keywords that show up on colors that they normally wouldn't. You've got flyers in green. You've got trample in black. Like, it was what made sense for the characters. So you have these story designers designing a set, and then it was just not good, right? I mean, you you have to look no further than the cycle of lands in this set, and you're like, no, that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's not how Magic cards are supposed to look, because they tap for what? They tap for one color.
Yep.
And then you pay 1 for them to tap for another color.
Pretty miserable.
And 2 for them to tap for a third color.
Pretty miserable color fixing, which really brings into the context of were they designing that with future or past sets in mind, or they kind of just we needed a cycle of lands.
I don't think they were thinking about the greater context of Magic at all. It's
they just throw it out there.
Yeah, because they have a design attached to them, but the cycle of those lands are like very important places within the world of Elgrotha. Elgrotha has sick lore. It's just that the set is garbage.
Yeah. I know we've talked about it before, like as the like the first sets that came about, it was different designers and people coming on board and like kind of contributing their part to create the overall game. And I guess it's like any business where you have multiple different directions or like directions coming from different people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they rock up on the day like, all right, it's your turn to, you've had the legends come through and this and that, and then it's like, all right, guys, it's your turn to like do your group project and display it to the class, and you stand up with your friend and you realize that you haven't done at all what every other kid's done.
Yeah.
I also think it's easy in retrospect to look back and give Homelands a lot of shit, rightfully so. But as a game designer in the forefront of creating the TCG world, because Magic the Gathering is the forefather of trading card games, such as everything else comes from Magic the Gathering. Effectively,
yeah.
So they were the forefront. They were kind of pioneering it. They didn't really have any other contexts to go off of what makes a set good, what makes a set bad. They were just winging it and having fun with it.
Well, they would have seen the other sets come out already.
Correct.
Yes, and that's the thing is that like obviously the cards look like Magic cards. They play kind of like Magic cards, but they really undervalue what is good and they don't quite understand what is bad. Right.
I think
so
I can look back at it and appreciate it for being an experiment. Them trying something different.
Like, I mean, you talk about with the creature sizes, right? Like all the creatures in this set are very small. Right, all the cards that draw cards do it incredibly slowly. They have like what are called slow trips, where you get to play a card now and then draw a card at the beginning of the next upkeep. Right, like there's like way too much emphasis put on life gain and like just like random color hating abilities. They just didn't understand what was good and fun.
Do you like? I wonder at the time. It was just speculation more than anything else. But you've had a few sets come out, and just like we have right now, when people talk about power creep, I wonder if there was an insurity happening where they're like, "Oh, there's definitely no power creep."
In the timeline, was this pre or post Urza's Legacy?
This is very pre Urza's Legacy.
Yeah.
But this is post Ice Age, which had necropotence in it.
So the power level of the Magic the Gathering's power level was already starting to get fairly established.
It was pretty big. It was pretty high. Yeah.
The set was just a stinker off the bat.
If you're a listener and you were there at the time, at the inception time of Homelands, to let us know if it was good or if in then you were like, this is sucky.
Supposedly, the sales of it also was pretty terrible because there's just a ton of sealed boxes lying around everywhere still. And then the sealed boxes of Homelands doesn't cost that much. No. I think it's still only like 500, 400
Yeah, I mean, let that sink in, right? Like sealed boxes of a hobby product from over 30 years ago of one of the biggest trading card games in the entire world.
Yeah, it's true.
Are not getting bought.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
And then you have like I think from sets like 5 years later, 10 years later, going for $1,000, $1,500, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, right. Like so many people buy up sealed product these days and sit on them, and no one really wants to do that with Homelands. So
Oh, never mind. Homelands stonks. Look at that. It's up to $800, $900 now.
Oh shit,
that's
now Homelands nostalgia right there, guys.
That is high, but that is low in comparison to sets around it.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, what's the next set after?
But to be fair, though, I think when we checked a while back, it was still only like...
We're talking about 6-12 months ago.
Yeah, we're talking about...
In the current landscape of Magic getting popular...
$400 to $500-ish. Yeah. So as the landscape of Magic the Gathering is getting exponentially more popular, I wonder if that does, make these random old sets desirable. That being said, a booster pack is still only selling for $8. So
I mean, yeah,
you want the sealed box. That's the experience.
I think so.
The sets on either side of this, right, are Ice Age / Alliances and Mirage.
Very desired sets, right?
Very desired sets. Yeah, and then Homelands is kind of the awkward child in the middle.
Can you quickly see what a box of Mirage goes for? If it's even available?
Yeah, that would be the trick, right? Is that they're probably not available.
I'm gonna pull this up, Jamie. I'll look it up while Matt get us started with the lore. So we're in Argavia? No. What's it called again?
Algrotha.
Yes. Algrotha.
The black and gold version of...
And what is the context of this plane?
So Algrotha is an interesting one because this is the first time, of course, in Magic we are being introduced to a brand new world, right? It's like, hey, it's different than Dominaria. It's got its own sort of different rules. And it basically plays out like this. Long ago, maybe around about the time of... the Dominaria legends, there are two groups on this world of Algrotha. The Tolgath and the Ancients. And they're actually groups of planeswalkers, right? Like these are entire societies of wizards so powerful and capable that they are planeswalkers.
And they chose to be on Homelands.
They chose to be on Homelands. Because this is before it gets fucked up, right? Because Algrotha, when we meet it in this set, is fucked up, right? Like there's something fundamentally wrong with Algrotha. Which is kind of course, really funny then to think about in the context of like the set is bad.
You could even call it Aldetha.
You could do that.
My jokes.
Oh, sorry, you pay me.
I would have laughed if I wasn't too busy trying to find a sealed booster box Mirage.
Yeah, I bet it was
because it's surprisingly
be
challenging. I found one. It last sold listing on the 6th of June was an Italian box. And sold for 3.8k Australian.
Wow.
So yeah, in comparison, yes. Mirage way more desired set.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, the context of then a Homelands box being $800, it's like, well, it's a lot, but it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah,
when are we doing the Mirage draft, boys?
Oh god, I'd be so keen for that.
Yeah, there was some crazy
Mirage
cards.
is such a cool.
Can you imagine
set.
getting Teferi's? Was it a puzzle box?
Yeah.
Is Teferi's puzzle box in this set?
Teferi's puzzle box. Yeah, it would be around. I don't know if it's exactly Mirage, but it's definitely around this time.
Yeah.
You could play Lion's Eye Diamond.
Ooh, Lions. That would explain the price of the set. Lion's Eye Diamond in a sealed condition like this.
Yeah. It's insane.
To be fair, though, in the draft, you really want to win the draft, and you just have to pick the Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yeah, you just go for the Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is you draft the Lion's Eye Diamond, you sleeve it up, you triple sleeve it, you put it in a fucking Perspex case, and then you just sit it in front of you the entire draft. You do not play with it.
Yeah.
And you're like, look, I just I have it. It would be terrible to play.
Yeah.
It would be absolutely terrible to play.
There was no synergy back then, right?
No, I mean, because you've probably seen the there's the little previews in the Duelist of people like seeing the cards coming from the Mirage set. And they tout that Lion's Eye Diamond is going to be the worst rare in Magic.
Yeah. It was unplayable.
Yeah.
There was memes about how bad it was in Duelist magazines.
They're like,
Matt says.
why would you print this?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you print this? It was like Lion's Eye Diamond was comparable to how we feel about like One with Nothing, right? Where it's like, why would you put that on a card? So Algrotha, you have these.
I think we're trying to talk about Homelands and we're already on a different set.
Yeah, we're already skipping forward to the next one. It's like, oh, you know about Mirage, though. Mirage is really sick. So you have the Tolgath and the Ancients. They are societies of planeswalkers. They fucking hate each other, right? They are fundamentally opposed for a variety of reasons. This is so far in the past of Homelands that, like, a lot of it is very unclear. But the most important thing to know is that amongst the Tolgath, there is this one particular lady. Her name is Ravi. And she basically sees this whole, like, great war that is starting to erupt between the Tolgath and the Ancients. And in a weird, like, parallel to what's happening on Dominaria, she sees a war between two different factions. She uncovers a magical artifact of crazy, ridiculous power that she doesn't quite know what it does, and she sets off a magical nuke that wipes out both armies and completely fucks up the plane.
Another Urza's Blast.
Yes.
Were they dealing with like the fallout of like Hiroshima or something at the time? Like what?
Apparently, this particular plot point was on the brain.
It was 1990. It was like the 90s too, so it was past the Cold War era.
This is 1995.
They were really thinking about nukes still back then.
Apparently, yeah. And so effectively what happens is she gets given this thing called the Apocalypse Chime, which is a card in this set. It destroys all cards that were originally printed in Homelands.
Oh yes, yeah. Everybody was hoping to get one in the draft.
Yeah. Would have been very funny.
Because it's the ultimate board wipe in the draft set, right?
But it also takes out your own stuff, doesn't it? I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a board wipe, right? Thankfully, of course, it never hits basic lands because basic lands were never originally printed, right?
Okay.
Safety netted.
Yeah. Safety netted, kind of. So she gets given this Apocalypse Chime by her master, and her master's like, use this in times of great peril. I'm not going to tell you what it does, though. and he's like, by the way, if
She
you
gets a
ever...
mild splinter. She's like, now is the time.
That's the equivalent of you're getting bullied, so your dad hands you a thermonuclear bomb and tells you, hey, if you're ever in trouble, detonate.
And he also gives her a bomb shelter as well, because he's like, there's this magical coffin
at
that you
least
can
she's
get in,
considerate.
and it will protect you from the blast.
Wait, Tortoise's coffin? This is
Yeah.
feels like a reflection of a story we've seen before.
Very exactly. There's two important points here that her master really fucked up on. One, he didn't tell her what the apocalypse chime does.
Yeah.
So when she activates it, she completely fucks up the plane. She literally rips a giant hole magically through the world. And two, once she gets into the coffin, he never tells her how to get out.
Well, that's okay. She doesn't want to get out because she's ruined the rest of the planet anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So
Real failure of instructions here.
yes. So then this wonderfully awful, fucked up, horrific thing happens to Ravi, where she is trapped inside the stasis of this magical coffin. She is awake, unable to sleep, unable to get out of it, unable to move for hundreds of years.
Seems like insanity is pending here.
Oh, yeah, no, she goes absolutely batshit.
I'm just throwing it out there. Like, if you guys are asked to do something, you're not really sure what it does, and then you have to hide in a coffin in the meantime, you guys get in the coffin?
No.
Any context where, hey man, listen, get in the coffin.
Get in the coffin,
I'm
yeah.
not super keen.
Would you be like, Dad, just give us like a spa bath or something? You know what I mean? Like, give us something, give us some other, like,
Why couldn't you just
a vessel that isn't a
Why
coffin.
can't you just teach me like karate or something? You know, take me to lessons. I can deal with my bullies one way or another. I don't have to nuke the plane.
Yeah, exactly, right?
No, she didn't know she was doing that, so.
She didn't know she was doing it. But like,
To be fair though, she got handed a flute. You know, any person would be, this is fairly innocent.
Is it a flute? I thought it was like a necklacey thing.
A chime.
It's
Yeah,
an
it's a chime,
apocalypse
sorry.
chime. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it does look like a flute. You're 100%
Yeah.
right. It's just like a
in-
spooky flute.
Okay, I got
And the instructions are, in times of danger, use the flute. maybe you're like, it's a magical flute. I'll use it, and Harambe shows up and saves my life. You know,
That is true.
you
Maybe
call on a great spirit of the forest.
their dad was just like, "Oh, your problems would go away," and she just thought some cool vibes would come along with the flute. And
I
everyone
reckon
would
the
chill.
dad didn't know what the hell he had either.
Yeah.
He was also told by someone else about it.
She's like, "Dad, why did you get me to do this?" She's like, "Shit."
Oops.
No, Ravi's master was an absolute fuckhead, right? Like he's realistically he's responsible for all of this stuff, right? Because now there is a magical hole ripped through Olgrotha, and this beautiful thing happens to the world where most of its magic just gets sucked out. Like pulling the plug out of the sink, all of the water is now sinking out the drain. And that's like the lifeblood of the plane.
Yep.
So Olgrotha very quickly becomes a post-apocalyptic wasteland that is like unfit for life, right?
Cool.
Man, another nuclear blast
I know,
leaving
right?
in an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Eclectic wasteland.
Look, I mean, I said that the people
Covered
who
in
did-
snow or not covered in snow?
the people that designed this set were world builders first. I didn't say they were original,
Yeah.
right? Like
It was just the other team making the other set, but with like fake mustaches.
and they were like, what if instead of Urza having a brother, it was just a girl?
Yeah.
Different, right? It's legally distinct.
Look at that.
Yeah, so then all the magic is starting to suck out of Olgrotha, and it leaves a small area that is habitable. And then everything else outside of it is just referred to as the dead zone, right?
Okay.
Yep.
Because yeah, like there, it's a radioactive hellscape effectively, but magically, right? So you have your Fallout-esque situation where someone bunkered down inside a coffin and they went insane. So flashback a little bit, right? Before she got in the coffin, Ravi had some run-ins with a charming young boy, right? She had some run-ins with a charming young boy, not on Olgrotha. I'm going to be fair. I got this stuff a little bit messed up in my head when I was going through it, and to be honest, I still haven't quite got it straight, right? Because Ravi is from Olgrotha, but her backstory doesn't take place on Olgrotha, and Baron Sengir, who she crosses paths with, is not from Olgrotha. He's from Dominaria. So this stuff that I'm about to talk about just takes place in Dominaria, but because she was part of a society of planeswalkers, I think she
We left
planeswalks.
Dominaria for like 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But because obviously the Algrotha people were all planeswalkers originally, right?
Yeah, I guess
So
so. Yeah.
they can obviously just chop and change whenever they want, realistically.
like planes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I guess theoretically they don't have a history tied down to specifically anywhere.
Yes.
Right? Now, is Baron Sengir being summoned or he is also a planeswalker?
Yeah. So at this point, what I'm just about to talk through, Baron Sengir is not a planeswalker, nor is he a vampire.
Oh.
Because she meets him as a young man on Dominaria somewhere, and
It's called him Bazzy Singh.
yeah, basically
Especially with the accent we had earlier, right?
was, I am Baron Sengir, or more specifically, he's like, I am the son of the Baron.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh.
Oh.
She has some run-ins with this charming young, like, son of the Baron, and the Baron is doing some fucked up experiments trying to prolong his life, right? The Baron of the time is effectively trying to magically make vampirism. He wants to make himself into a vampire. And he's been doing some fucked up experiments on his son.
On the sun?
On the son.
You're a baron. You've got all these like people under your like in your shitty little village.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, do you pick your son to do this thing on?
He's been
No
sacrificing the
nepotism in
peasants.
my town.
He's been sacrificing the peasants to do experiments on his son.
Ooh, never mind.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, he's kind of doing it.
One sacrifice peasant.
So
That's why you have the potato radish fight. It's how you know who doesn't get sacrificed.
yeah. So Ravi was there at the time, and the Baron, one of the peasants that he like sacrificed for these dark whatevers was her mother. And the charming young boy like meets up with her, and he realizes that she has magical potential, and he basically says, "Hey, we should kill my dad. 'Cause my dad's doing some fucked up shit."
Logical step. Yep.
Exactly, right? They get to the point where they can kill the Baron, and Ravi chickens out.
Come
And
on.
then the Baron,
Weak.
yeah. Then the Baron straight up just like kills his son. Like, oh, fuck, you're turning
betrayal.
against me?
You
Blah.
betray.
He blasts
kill.
him, right?
Yeah.
And Ravi is then able to, in pretty horrific fashion, cast a spell that mind controls rats and forces them to eat the Baron.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
Yeah, she's just like, rats, get him.
Is this a thing that she always had? Was she always had the power of like controlling animals?
She's been working on it, and she's been trying not to think about it.
Right.
And then the charming young boy is like,
Gotcha.
go for it.
Because if you think about it, right, you know the Pied Piper, the one who like leads all the rats in town and such. It's a pretty strong ability to have.
Oh,
if you could
yeah.
lead an army of rats, you could pull off some crazy shit.
You could really fuck some shit.
You would
yeah.
just be like, hey, you guys you're like the Italian mafia mob version of like, you're gonna pay us for protection. You're like, hey, you're gonna pay me to not bring the rats.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
"Fuck,
Otherwise, I'll eat all your
didn't pay my anti-rat bill this month. Our rats now.
Yeah, because you know you.
Ooh, and then that other mob shows up with all cats.
Hey, we'll give you protection from the rats.
It's cane toads
Just gotta
all
pay
over
for the
again.
fucking cat protection.
The visitors of this village is like, fuck this, I am out.
You reckon you discover a power that you can speak to animals, and like you can speak to like theoretically speak to any animals, but you end up with rats. You're like, oh, fuck.
Nah, because what if the rats are chill about it? Secretly, rats can be just like they know some stuff.
Yeah, I
they've
feel
been
like,
around.
I feel like if you're on board with rats, rats are 100% on board.
You ever
with
seen the movie Flushed Away? It's like that.
What? No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's,
Are they flushing rats?
David Tennant is a rat, and they're all made out of clay. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh no.
it's a
Yep.
Wallace and Gromit thing.
And I reckon rats are pretty chill with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm thinking specifically of the catcher of the character of Ratcatcher
Mm-hmm.
in the Suicide Squad movie, as in the Suicide
Oh,
Squad,
yeah,
not
yeah.
Suicide
Yeah.
Squad, where she's just like a poor girl that grows up in France,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a giant swarm of rats that sleep around her and keep her warm at night.
Oh, that sounds horrific.
But she's like totally cool
France.
with it.
It's just in the
yeah, the catacombs.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I've heard stories of people will put up mannequins and random spooky stuff inside the catacombs
that
just to
happened
catch people.
That happened to me the other day. I was driving down a street.
You were in the Parisian catacombs
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah, and
So it was a long delivery. Yeah.
no, I was driving down the bush, and there was I turned around this corner, and it was quite late at night, and there was someone had dressed a mannequin in high vis, and as I came around the corner, it just looked like there was a human standing there. I kind of pooped my panties a little bit. I needed my army of rats to come protect me.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so Baron Sengir gets devoured by rats.
Yes. Not the Baron Sengir we know, the Baron dad of who is going to become Baron Sengir.
I see.
Right? Because the charming young son gets killed, and then Ravi kills the dad that killed the son.
Oh,
and then
it's the dad that gets killed with the rats.
Yep, dad that gets killed with the rats.
I thought the dad had killed the son, and then she's like,
Yeah.
"I'll fix him by having rats in him."
Whoa.
No. She goes, you killed the boy. Rats get him.
I'm back on board with the rats.
Yes. And then, like, spookily and mysteriously, the young boy goes and wakes up.
He's like,
Even
"Where's my
though
dad? We've been performing this magic trick we've been practicing to show you."
Yeah. Oh, this was all just an invitation to a surprise party for you. Ravi. No, so yeah, the experiments or whatever that the dad had been doing on the son, they worked. They just didn't manifest, I guess, until after you die.
Yep.
So him killing his son actually turned him into a vampire, and I guess the dad just got devoured by rats.
I also like that she's super chill with the guy. That he's chill. He's not with his dad doing experiments, but he is chill with the girl doing rat power.
Yeah.
It's like, where's the line, brother?
Well, the dad was killing villagers, sacrificing people. So that's -1 to dad points.
I guess so.
And it's like, I mean,
But
this
plus
is
one
true.
for making you immortal? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. Does it balance out?
No.
I don't think it balances out. The ethical calculus doesn't equate.
Doesn't
there.
maths up.
Yeah. So Ravi, that's how she meets the Baron, right? And then I'll catch up to that bit that I mentioned before, because I guess I technically told these out of order. Ravi is in the coffin after the magical nuke has gone off. She's been stuck like that for fucking hundreds of years. She's gone insane. And who opens?
She couldn't get her rats to come get her out.
No, we're flashing back.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So, all right.
The timeline right now.
Let me
We're a little
let me put this in place chronologically, right? Ravi is a planeswalker as a
Yes.
little young girl. She is on Dominaria with a charming young man. Charming young man gets killed by his dad.
Yes.
And she kills him with rats, right? Zip over to Algrotha. Ravi is there.
Yep.
She gets in a war. She activates the apocalypse chime and hides in a coffin,
Yep.
right?
Oh, she can't summon rats on Algrotha?
I guess not.
Oh. She can't planeswalk out of the box?
I guess not.
Okay. I'm seeing some minor plot holes here.
Yep.
I'm in it. I'm waiting for the answers.
Like,
It is on the problem. It's getting out.
Yeah.
The problem is Danny's got good questions. There aren't answers to those questions.
The coffin could be blocking the signals to the rats.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay.
Good enough to go.
Let's go with that.
It's like the coffin's also a microwave.
It's a lead-lined coffin.
And it was her dad who told her to get in there.
Her mentor, master
Yeah.
figure.
The mentor's really,
There's some timeline jumping here.
yeah. The people in charge of these other people are not doing favors to their team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, they really, really weren't. So
Maybe the rats weren't super keen about being led as well. The immediate moment she got in the coffin, the rats were,
Their
Time to
mind control
ditch
is
this
released.
yeah, it's like, oh, you made us eat that guy. You realize that guy was gross, right? Fuck
Yeah.
that.
I'm scratching manifest rats off my parenting to-do list. All right, yeah, okay. I'm with you. Now she's in the coffin.
Yes, which for anyone who's interested, the coffin is called the Basalt Spire. It's actually a card in this set. It's a thing.
Cool name for like a barbecue.
the basalt spire.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's innuendo.
So yeah, then she gets finally taken out of the coffin by a dark, brooding, now fully grown up vampire. And because she's crazy, she doesn't recognize him and he doesn't recognize her, but it is the charming young boy who turned into a vampire from her backstory. And now she's a crazy old woman and he's a sexy vampire man, and he goes, "Wow, you're immortal and fucking crazy. Do you want to be my grandma?"
Whoa. What a time, man.
He launches in with, "Do you want to be my grandma?"
So why does he open the coffin? Like, what does he know that Ravi's in the coffin, and that's why he's seeking it out?
So look,
I see. Don't ask questions. Understood.
I have like, if you squint,
Right.
answers to these questions.
Baron Sengir was looking for grandparents,
He was looking for
a grandma.
stuff out in the Ulgrotha. Because yes, the sort of bit that I did in the intro is how Baron Sengir came to Ulgrotha.
Right.
He was a vampire that made friends with planeswalkers. Those planeswalkers would regularly get into conflicts. And he was apparently very highly sought after amongst planeswalkers, sort of the in-universe version of a card that everybody really wants.
Or he was really hot.
Maybe both.
They summon him, and they're like, "Who am I fighting?" And he's like, "Oh, come here and massage my back." He's like, "Fuck, not again."
I mean, yeah, and so of course the entire time that Baron is being popped around to all these different worlds, he's like vampire biting people and starting
Spreading
a
out
single
his
bloodline.
genes.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
vampire blood, genes. I guess it works. Vampire seed. And then he gets into a fight on Ulgrotha where the planeswalker that summoned him dies or loses or whatever and fucks off, and he doesn't get unsummoned, right? It's a similar thing that we talked about in the last Ice Age episode, where it's like, this is just how planeswalker battles used to work.
Yeah.
When the battle would end, if they didn't unsummon their creatures, those creatures were just fucking stuck there.
They're stuck there.
This just happens to be a particular powerful guy. So the Baron is now stuck on this world, and he sees a castle that he really likes. The castle belongs to some dwarves. He says, "Get the fuck out, dwarves." He takes the castle. And now he starts establishing himself as a leader of the plane. And I guess...
Not of the dwarves.
Not of the dwarves.
is like keen. But also, he did it pretty fast, pretty quickly. Just kind of shows up.
Well, it helps
takes
if you
over
can just
control.
wander into a place and says they get out, and they're like, "Yeah, right." Like if there's not really a battle to ensue.
No, there really isn't. And he ends up doing some pretty fucked up stuff to the dwarves as well, because weird thing about Baron
He puts
Sengir,
everything on a really high shelf.
Racist.
so mean. He makes all the steps like just
A quarter inch higher.
Yeah. So he has this weird thing where he collects a vampire family, right? And we're not talking vampire family where it's like they're
These guys
connected
have
to
real
him.
family issues, like daddy
Yeah.
issues and shit.
Yeah, they really do. Because he adopts Ravi as grandmother Sengir.
Yeah.
And when he kicks the dwarves out, he kidnaps the princess of the dwarves, turns her into a vampire, and adopts her as his vampire daughter.
Cool. Chill.
Okay,
Oh, chill.
yeah.
Chill.
Yeah. And because she was like really young at the time, and I think the process fucks up her mind, she's like stuck with the mind of a child as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
And the size of a child forever.
Pretty much. Except she has like
90s fantasy writing. Let's go.
yeah.
This is real anime territory now.
Really is.
900-year-old vampire, by the way.
Yeah.
But looks like a child.
Like, so you have this vampire that's in control of this castle. He has a whole bunch of peasants around him. He has an old woman that's insane, and a small child.
Yeah, like all functional families.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So that's how the Baron established.
And that's
himself.
Homelands.
Yeah.
What is context of the setting so far?
We've got
We got vampire, we got
Yep.
crazy lady,
yeah.
and vampire child.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of rats.
And mad
but no
dwarf.
rats. No rats.
Oh,
No
no,
rats.
rats are in the backstory.
Okay.
In the post-apocalyptic world that we have, there's no rats apparently.
All right. Now it's the Homelands part of the Homelands, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. That brings us to
The Homelands is just revolving so far around the dwarves having the Homelands taken by a bit of an odd vampire.
Also at the same time, right, to like establish the setting. Oh boy, there's a plains like.
You know it's a banger when you got to take a second.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a. This is weird. This is actually where we start incorporating other planeswalkers into the story. One of which has an incredibly relevant name. we have a planeswalker called Farrier. Oh god, now I'm
Does the
blanking on his
Apocalypse
name.
Chime stop all the planeswalkers? Because at some point just before this, they were all planeswalkers, or were mostly able to all planeswalk. Does the Apocalypse Chime take that away from them?
Oh, it just kills them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Oh fuck! That would-
100% success rate.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, does it stop them being planeswalkers? I don't know. They're dead.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair
Yeah.
enough,
So
yeah.
there's a planeswalker that arrives called Feroz. Feroz arrives into the Homelands and he sees this post-apocalyptic wasteland and he's like, man, this place is fucked up. I'm going to try and make this place better. He starts establishing rules and order and all that kind of stuff. And he then, whilst occasionally planeswalking away, comes across a woman called Sarah, who is a planeswalker.
Okay, very relevant.
Very, very relevant
Yeah.
character, right? So Sarah is a female human planeswalker who is aligned with exclusively white magic, and she is the progenitor of the Sarah angel, right? Sarah is a person, so it is the angel of Sarah.
Is this the first time we like Sarah is mentioned in a story?
Yes.
like distinctly mentioned.
Yeah, this
because
is kind of her origin story.
because we have a lot of mentions of Sarah throughout
Yeah.
a lot of cards ever since Alpha. So this is the first time they actually started giving story to who Sarah is.
Yes.
Very exciting. Very
Cool.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm back in. We have. There's
Well, I don't-
some important that's coming.
Yeah, I
from.
don't care about crazy family over there.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
keen.
So of all the places in the fucking multiverse, Sarah and Feroz move into Ulgrotha together. This is where they set up their beautiful little home together, and they start being like saviors of the plane. And Feroz, learning of the history of the world, where he's like, there were these societies of planeswalkers, and they fought and they fucking nuked everything, casts a spell called Feroz's Ban, which stops all planeswalkers from ever touching Ulgrotha, coming in, going out, affecting it in any way. So Ulgrotha is kind of in its own little bubble. That's
Its
effectively
own coffin. Someone said.
yeah, pretty much. That's effectively the way that the nuclear impact of the Silex blast hasn't affected Ulgrotha. I guess they just had their own fucking nuclear apocalypse happening on world, right? Because the Dominaria was stuck in that like shard of the 12 worlds thing. Ulgrotha is separate from that because of Feroz casting this spell. And they're going to be establishing themselves amongst the people of Ulgrotha while the Baron is there. So you basically got a good a married couple that are good and an evil fucked up family that are bad.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get another planeswalker that incorporates into this, because last time when we talked about Ice Age, there was the character of Taysir of Rabia, and he was in love with another planeswalker woman called Christina of the Woods. Since then, since the summit of the Null Moon and all that shit, they broke up.
Ooh.
Yeah, they broke up, and Taysir is not okay with it because Christina comes to Ulgrotha and has basically shacked up with a Minotaur and is like...
Oh, there's a joke here about cocks and bulls.
Bulls.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn. You imagine if your ex just like hooked up with a Minotaur. Like, he's
Well,
so much bigger than me.
In
What the hell?
Homelands, there's Minotaurs with Island Walk. So
Oh, yeah.
They know how to navigate the wet.
yes.
So this planeswalker, or
Also, real freaky, you know? Just get straight with a Minotaur afterwards.
look, I mean, planeswalkers can change their shape, right? So, like, I
Whoa.
think every single planeswalker is every kind of sexuality.
Imagine being able to shapeshift into anything you want and still choosing the form of a
Okay.
human.
What are you shaping
Into a hominid, bro. Give me that lobster.
Give me that lobster.
Straight hominid form.
Give me
Superior
those big
life form.
claws so they can't escape.
fuck, Danny.
We've
Why are your partners trying to escape? We need to address that.
You guys don't?
We've already established that the hominids were the superior life form.
Yeah.
Right? We know that they defeated everything else.
Yep.
And then they didn't lose. They chose to go back into the waters.
Yeah.
And fuck off.
Absolutely.
So clearly, the hominid life form is superior.
Yeah.
Can't get eaten by lobsters.
They found
So I
the-
can't get eaten by rats if I was a
Did they
lobster.
escape through a giant cave in the underground? Like,
Something like that, right?
Yeah, like an underwater vent.
they-
Yeah.
Just like every good teenager.
What
they
about
find
you?
a good
If you're a
cave and they never see it
planeswalker?
again.
If you're a planeswalker, what form are you taking, mate?
We had this discussion before. We've already had.
Yeah, but we didn't add fucking into it.
Didn't we? Didn't we?
I can't
no,
tell.
Yeah, no, because it was just.
Are we original?
I want to say Kang.
Is Homelands original?
Homelands original.
Not really, not really. Kang was just a hotter version of Kang, but a bit more buff. That was your Planeswalker body.
Oh, yeah. If it was only me, but 3 years from now.
Well, now I'm turning into a dwarf child to attack this vampire.
Danny was just himself, but with hair.
Ah, shit. We have been here before.
Man, we are really original, huh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, I was myself, but with, like, horns, I think. So, yes. Yeah, I honestly, like, yeah, you can become anything as a planeswalker, right? That's cool. And most people still just stick as a human.
Yeah.
We've had Lishrak, who turned his legs into fire all the time. We've had Tevish Zot, who, like, slowly morphed himself into, like, a snaky dragon guy. We've got Urza that can just push his head through the back of his head.
None of these planeswalkers are cool. No one's cool, bro.
You've got all the
you could
options
be
in the
anything you
world.
want. Be a dragon, dude.
Yeah.
One of them does become a dragon.
Thankfully,
Well,
someone with sense. You know?
it's the one that meets...
Is being a dragon practical, though? If you have the ability to
Fuck
turn
yeah.
into a dragon.
Anyone's opinions that disagree? Brr,
Yeah,
fire. Good to go, dude.
I guess in that sense, but like on a day-to-day basis, like being a dragon seems pretty inconvenient.
Nah.
Yeah, no, it does. It really does, right? Because you've got to live in worlds that are dragon-sized.
Fine. I choose T-Rex.
That's just a dragon, but even less convenient. He's got no wings now.
But dinosaurs are pretty cool.
Yeah,
Dinosaurs are pretty cool, but yeah, you are just a dragon with tiny little legs and no wings.
Just can't brush your teeth now.
Fine, I go with Danny's idea. I'll be a dwarf child small enough to punch the Baron in the dick.
Homelands, put in work.
Sorry, not even the Baron. Apologies.
Yeah. Okay, getting back on topic.
Yes.
Christine of the Woods has left Taysir. She's shacked up with this minotaur from the Anaba called Sandrun. The Anaba shaman, as you would know from the draft, are a sort of like clan of shaman minotaur people off on the side of Olgrotha. They're just doing their own thing. They're mostly pretty chill. They play didgeridoos sometimes. That's not a joke.
Classic Minotaur behavior.
Yeah, no, because that's the thing in the set is one of the most expensive cards in Homelands is didgeridoo.
Banger. Great card.
It's just randomly a
Cheats
card.
in Minotaurs.
Yeah, randomly a card that's like, Minotaurs play the didgeridoo, and that allows you to put a Minotaur from your hand into play.
Gotcha.
Summon them. One flute destroys the entire planet. The other flute brings a bull guy.
And ruins a relationship.
Were these like Minotaurs and stuff hanging around before the charm?
I think they were hanging around about the time. They just didn't happen to get hit by it. Because like I said, most of the world becomes what's known as the dead zone, and then there's a small chunk which becomes known as the Homelands. That's where the name comes from. They refer to the habitable
Shit, we're gonna have
part
to
of
like
the
cut
world.
that out and edit it onto the end of the podcast so we don't get people to the stand too quickly.
Yeah. And there's your story.
The story of Homelands is literally just how it got its name.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Homelands.
And one relationship ruined by a Minotaur.
Oh, it's more than one. Yeah.
Whoa.
So Sandru is he's a pretty potent wizard. I do actually have a little picture of him. This is him from one of the web comics.
He's fun.
He's just a bull man,
Whoa.
right? But anyway, he's just a wizard, right?
How can we compare?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't have horns or a bull member.
And cast magic, supposedly.
Yeah. And a cape. He's got a cape too. I don't have a cape. So Christina has left Taysir and is shacking up with him and sort of, I don't use this word lightly, grooming him into becoming a planeswalker. Because Christina is way older than he is, right? He's a mortal. He is a mortal. She is immortal and has been around for hundreds of years. And she's like, come on, you can become a planeswalker. No, I bet you can. You just got to work at it. You're so mature for your age.
Very bullish of her.
Nice.
Yeah. Thanks.
And anyway, they end up becoming good friends with Feros and Sarah. And then Taysir shows up and he's like, that's my fucking girl, you Minotaur prick. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just start getting into beef. But
Nice. See, that's a real cow joke.
that was completely by accident. Does it count as a joke if I do it by accident? I don't know.
It is. We'll put a laugh track over it.
So yeah, they end up getting into beef, and they fight, and they just like fuck everything up. And that's one of the main reasons why Feroz is so keen on this idea of the Feroz ban, like the magical spell that stops planeswalkers.
He's
from
already
coming.
seen the problem that just one will cause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, that was just a relationship problem, and Taysir showed up and he fucked everything up. So Sarah and Feroz are kind of the heroes of this world, but Feroz is going to die in a lab experiment. He just does a whole bunch of like magical science, and he dies.
As you, yep.
Yeah, and Sarah is effectively just going to die of a broken heart, like legitimately.
Okay.
She's just she gets into a battle where she gets like injured, and she could totally just heal herself. That's kind of her whole deal, is like healing magic and making angels, and she just doesn't.
Just like, nah.
She's like, fuck it.
I've had enough of this place.
Yeah, and that happens kind of like down the track, right? Because Sarah does have run-ins with Urza and stuff like that later on. Danny, you've definitely played with Sarah's Sanctuary.
Absolutely.
Right? So Sarah is a planeswalker that was powerful enough to create her own plane. She creates an artificial world that is inhabited entirely by angels. Well, no, there are humans there as well. It's just like mostly governed by angels. It's like this like beautiful angelic paradise of all these islands floating in the sky with not a guardrail in sight.
How pleasant.
Yeah, it is until Urza shows up.
And then it gets Power Stone. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's a story for a different time.
It gets fucked up later on. So, yeah, let's talk about Olgrotha. Olgrotha is largely a collection of fun characters on a weird world. And the fact that the Baron has shown up has just like thrown everything into chaos because, yeah, all the dwarves got kicked out. The dwarves got pissed. The dwarves fought against the Baron, and then they got kicked out again because he like enslaved their princess and turned her into a weird vampire child. Those dwarves are now going to get pissed at each other, and they're going to start infighting, and there's going to be the mountain dwarves, and there's going to become the sea dwarves, and they're going to go off to this place called the Floating Isle, which is like a magical school.
What?
Also, sea dwarves?
Yep. Yeah, no, we get sea dwarves.
The classic archetype of sea dwarves.
Yeah.
There's
no.
both a lot going on in Homelands and also not enough.
I know. I
What?
know, right? And like, so like, I'm just gonna start like running through stuff that's interesting about this world,
Okay, cool.
right?
Yep.
So there's this place in the mountains called the Koskun. Koskun Falls is there as well. It's like that's a card in the set that's actually very good. It's a black version of Propaganda.
Okay.
Goblins live there, and the goblins are mad, and they're doing all various goblin things. And there's a group of criminals, a guy called Aaron, a guy called Joven, and a guy called Chandler.
Okay, no, the Chandler gets a card.
Yep. So does Joven,
Okay.
and so does Aaron.
All right, so we're back in Homelands with named characters.
Yep. Yep.
Relevant.
There's actually a lot of legendary characters in this set,
Yep.
like that get cards. Baron Sengir got a card. Grandmother Sengir, Irene Sengir, that's the vampire child. The leader of the Sea Dwarves got a card. It's pretty good. Honestly, like a lot of the characters get represented. It's just a shame that all of their cards suck.
Do they all get ferrets like Drovan does as well?
Well, yes,
or-
okay, so that's a fun one, right? Is that Aaron is kind of like the leader of this band of criminals. And then he sees the goblins over there being all fuckery. Now, Aaron has managed to find his way into getting cursed/gifted with immortality. He basically has this thing that if you kill him, he has to physically rearrange himself back together, but he'll be alive again. So he's covered in fucking scars because he's constantly being like chopped and stabbed. He's a very unlikable man. He gets into fights fucking all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I guess if you know that there's like far less
There's no consequences.
consequences, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. You're more willing to get arky.
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, he has a card in the set called Aaron the Relentless, and his face is just fucked up with scars, right? And of course, it's a red card, and the red card can regenerate itself. Yeah, you can see what they were going for,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I
It's
get
like,
it.
oh, he's an immortal guy. And he goes, well, I'm immortal now. I want to become king of something. Well, the Baron took over that giant fucking castle. I'm going to become king of the goblins. And is able to very quickly establish dominance over the goblins because they promptly beat the shit out of him and stab him to death and cut him into pieces. And then he just builds himself back up again. And they go, oh, fuck.
This seems like a problem. Or they just keep him in a cage and just eat him slowly. And he just regenerates himself the entire time.
Yeah, goblins aren't smart enough for that. If I'm remembering correctly, and this is one of the things I didn't read too deeply into, he does chop his own head off and throw it at them. And
That's intimidating.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's a power move.
And then, like, the head laughs. He goes back and picks his head up and just sticks it back on.
Yeah, that's it. He's my king.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess if that guy's rolling up in my northern boards and he's like, hey, I own this place now, and I'm like, no, get the fuck out. And then he chops his own head off and then throws it at me. I'm like, I guess, sure. Here's the legal documentation, sir.
He's clearly
I'll
able
see
to
you
do
on
more
Monday.
extreme things that I'm willing to stop. So
You're like, I am your goblin. You are my king. And then the problem happens where Aaron was kind of in charge of his two other friends, Joven and Chandler. So they just become shitty little criminals. And Aaron has this magical prize in his possession called the Ebony Rhino. It's just a rhino made out of like sweet wood. It's an artifact creature. It's like vaguely magical. I don't even know if it can necessarily do anything. It just looks nice. It's a big treasure, right? They're these criminals. They love to steal stuff. So Chandler and Joven are just causing mischief all around the world because basically out of their shitty little friend group, the one person who was good at like controlling things has gone and become the leader of another group of shitty criminals.
Yeah.
The only fun facts about Joven and Chandler, aside from the fact that one of them is called Chandler, which just is hilarious.
Yeah.
that's Chandler with no extra subtitle. It's just Chandler,
It's
right?
just Chandler. Yeah, it's Chandler, and then Joven gets a card as well. Joven has ferrets. Joven canonically has ferrets, and the ferrets help him do crime.
More or less cool than rats. Ferrets.
Oh, ferrets are 100% cooler than
Oh,
rats.
yeah.
Yeah, ferrets are also like kind of cute, right?
They
So-
feel cleaner.
Yeah, you get a pass with the
They
ladies.
do. They do. I used to go to uni with a guy that had a ferret in his jumper at all times.
Whoa.
Yeah. He used to sit there in lectures and just like feed it like chips into the zipper.
It's very Hogwartsy.
Yeah.
Back out on ferrets.
Yeah.
Every person that I've ever met that had ferrets loved the shit out of them and constantly had the ferrets in places you did
Would you
not
be Would
expect
you be
them.
like pro or against bringing pets to uni?
Probably against, I would say. Yeah.
But
You know, like,
let's say you have to bring your own. Like you have to bring a pet to uni.
like it's that
Oh,
whole...
you have to?
But yeah, like, it's like a Hogwartsy situation. What pet are you bringing?
Oh, shit.
Like everyone's bringing a cat or a dog or a bird, but
My dwarf child. Child,
Child,
bring me my
fetch-
box. We've been friends for 200 years.
See,
Lunchtime.
I want like a chameleon, But specifically when it's like summer,
I've seen that little fucker straight away.
specifically when it's like summertime and it's real hot and I don't want flies bugging me, I'll just have a chameleon inside my head
I thought you were just definitely going to go with a homerid.
and just a pet homorid.
Yeah, you get to...
Or I'm getting bullied and this man-sized homorid comes out.
You get to the
punches him in
car
the face.
park and you're riding your homerid and like all the car parks are full, so you just get him to pick the car up and
Yeah,
move it out of the way.
I'm kind of keen on it.
You sit there in the lecture hall, you get out your laptop and your notes and your lobster and you just put it down there on the desk.
Halfway through, you're like got a hose and you're just hosing it down, and the lecturer's like, oh,
We just have like a
gotta stay
little...
moist.
But specifically a homorid. So we're talking about a man-sized like lobster.
Oh,
They're
yeah. He's just
huge.
sitting in the chair next to you.
Yeah. Everyone's it's like show and tell, and everyone's bringing in their like pets to like, oh, this is Fido, my pet dog.
He's
And
better
then I
at
bring
security than you are. You're like, shut the fuck
I
up.
bring into my homorid friend. He's like, sup,
Yeah. This is Click Clack, my homie.
sup.
He's like, yeah. So
Anyway.
in answer to your question, I would bring a spider. I legitimately quite like spiders.
That's also a good pick.
I would just have like a tarantula that sits on my shoulder. I fucking love spiders.
Also low maintenance. Very, very low maintenance.
Yeah, and again, flies, not a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do tarantulas eat flies?
I feel like they would. I feel like they normally don't. They mostly eat like.
Does your dwarf child
crickets
eat
and
flies?
For tell it, dude. So, I'm a human
Teacher.
being. Shut up, pet.
Teacher, Danny didn't bring a pet. They just brought someone who's mentally handicapped. Short.
Excuse me, do I get to say I'm all here?
Ah, it's talking to me. Oh boy. So so there's the Koskin gang with the goblins and the Chandler and the Joven,
Yeah.
right? And the ferrets that help him commit crime. The ferrets get a card in this set.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
They're
nice.
called Joven's ferrets. They're fun. They were one of the very first Homelands cards that I ever saw. I found them in a bulk like chaff box at Al's Cards.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cute. Little did I know. So then you also have the shit with the forest. So
It's always the elves.
it's not elves this time. It's a forest, and there's magic. There's not elves.
If it's not elves, what do you reckon it is, Kang?
I'm just racist to elves. I'll blame it on the elves anyway.
It's just ferrets. Ferrets with ears.
Yeah, no, it's fairies.
Oh, of course it is.
I wonder if is this one of the earliest appearances of fairies?
No, there are fairies in Magic before this.
Right,
but
okay.
this is one of the very few sets that cares about fairies.
Okay.
That's also one of the fucking sad things about this set is that it has vampire tribal, minotaur tribal, and fairy tribal in it. 3 really cool tribal things.
Yeah.
In a garbage set. And
Yeah.
like for the large majority, all the tribal shit is like bad.
Unplayable.
Yeah.
Right.
Like there is a green creature in this set because, by the way, for some reason, all the fairies are green. There's a green creature in this set that is tap, put a fairy permanent from your hand into play.
Okay. I like. That's not bad.
Right? Attached to like 2 green.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that card?
Oh, is there a reason?
No. They just, have you ever seen that card?
No.
It's because it's from Homelands.
Ah.
Right? Like that's it. Is like that is a rare in this set. Is it lets you just cheat fairies.
I guess.
Sad res.
I guess the trick is that most fairies are already pretty low in mana cost, so you don't really need to cheat them in.
What's also green is the main problem,
yes,
right?
the stinger.
Like most fairy decks are what, blue black?
Yeah, blue black adjacent.
Yeah. So it's just in the wrong colors. So the fucking forest, right? Because we have the whole thing with the dead zone and the mana and the whatever. To use the example of a sink that all the water has drained out the drain. Imagine if that sink was really old and it had like a bunch of like dings and divots in it, right? Little pockets where even though all the water's drained out, there's like gross water that's collected in the divots. Well, this forest on Olgrotha is one of those divots.
Oh, nice.
And it's a collecting point for magic, right? And now, because it's one of the most magical places in the entire fucking world, even though it's a like repository of shitty magic, the forest is starting to come to life.
Just like when we talk about this set, like you got to put everything into context of the set, the cards. Like the cards are only good with the context of themselves. The magic is only in context good here because of itself.
Yes, exactly,
Yes.
right? So you then have this character emerge out of the forest. Like the forest becomes magical and then becomes magically sentient and becomes the Autumn Willow, right? Which is like an avatar, creation whatever of the forest. Magically manifests itself as a woman, doesn't have to, really can just do whatever the fuck it wants. That gets a card in this set. Fun fact, it's the very first card printed in Magic that has Shroud.
Oh.
Whoa. Okay.
Look at this set, like doing bangers, but also being completely unmemorable.
Homelands has a bunch of great ideas. I'll put it that way, right? Homelands has great intentions. It has cool ideas.
Yeah.
Most of it is semi-original.
A set designed by people who want to tell stories and ideas, but not necessarily game designers. Mm-hmm. Right. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Is this also a green card?
Yes. Yeah. Autumn Willow. It's a legend. Mono green. It's like 6 mana for a 4/4 with Shroud.
So,
Yeah.
as a progression of the Magic the Gathering storyline, where does Homelands lead into?
Nowhere.
But you can pay 1. Target player may target Autumn Willow with spells or effects until end of turn.
Yeah, it
I
has
guess-
Shroud that you can turn off.
I guess Homelands introduces some important characters, but as an actual plane, as an actual setting, doesn't necessarily go further from
It
here.
goes absolutely nowhere because so yes, Sarah is an important character from here. And yeah, Taysir is an important character.
And
that,
like Baron
briefly-
Sangir, he was doing his vampire thing around everywhere.
Yeah, Baron Sangir is a cool character, right? Because the thing is, underneath that big dwarven castle that the Baron had is a portal. Now, that portal is a planar portal. And the dwarves have been doing their best, sort of, whilst trying to get their castle back, of not letting the Baron know that there's a magical portal underneath his plane, right?
Seems
his
important.
castle. Because it's a planar portal that goes to an entirely different plane altogether. We just don't know which one. Right? The dwarves don't know which one. Although there is evidence to suggest that the dwarves of Olgrotha are actually from that plane. They traveled through there.
I see.
And then that's why they built their castle on top. So it's
That's
like
why they want to keep it a secret, because it goes back to their home.
it's their exit gate, right? And they just got kicked out of their home and their exit gate, and they're like, oh fuck.
Not ideal.
Yeah. So but the Baron is going to learn of that. Because at some point later on, and I do really say this is at some point because I can't quite source exactly where this piece of information comes from. I know it does happen. I haven't been able to cite its, exact place. Lishrak from the Ice Age story. Big dude. He's evil. He wanted an army of zombies, but it didn't work out. Right? He shows up to Olgrotha, basically just looking for power.
Hold up. I thought there was a block from Planeswalkers coming in and out.
Yeah, that disappears after Pharos dies.
That idea? Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah,
It's like anytime there's any plot hole, the story's like, no, don't worry about that. It's like, did you know that bit finished? Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is on me, right? Pharos' band was established, and then Pharos died in a lab experiment with like an elemental. He just went up in flames, and then his magical
Okay, I
spell
can see that. Like,
disappeared.
yeah. Did they write him into the story with his magical band, and then halfway down later, like, fuck, we need that to not be there, so then we had to kill him off? Like,
I guess.
He's like, what do you call it?
So much of the story just kind of goes in circles and goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Like the fact that both Ravi and the Baron met on Dominaria when they were kids, but then all of this stuff happens on Olgrotha.
Yeah, because it happened, but it's so relevant completely.
Right. And like the Baron shows up and immediately just wins. Yeah,
because like she thought he was like attractive beforehand, and then he rocks up and he wants her to be his grandmother, and you're like, what?
Because the thing is, he doesn't recognize her. Yeah. He doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know who he is.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
So he's just like, oh, hello, crazy old woman in a box. Come home with me and be my grandmother.
What a specific kink.
Is that a kink or is that just like family trauma?
Yeah. Some say both can be.
It's true. It's true. So, as I was saying, Lishrak shows up here at one point for reasons. He just sort of pops in. And the thing that he sees is the Baron mobilizing an army to go through the portal and leave the world. Now, what that means, general context, is that the most powerful vampire, potentially ever, has an entire army that he is mobilizing through a planar portal, and he's going to show up somewhere else. Do you know when that story got paid off? Because no one else fucking does.
Because they never got around to it?
It's never gone anywhere.
It's a bank. They're banking it up when it finally happens.
Oh, yes. They've been banking it up since 1995.
Yeah, dude. 30 years later, it's time to crack open the vault.
Now,
man, the drugs must have been real fucking good in 1995.
We have been back to Olgrotha technically twice, semi-recently.
Oh, shit.
One time was in Commander Legends. We got the Baron Sengir
Yeah, we
card,
did. Yeah, the
right?
Baron,
Yeah.
Also a promo for this set, so prominent.
Which was sick, right? It was like, it's that cool guy. It's the one important and interesting thing from Homelands. And then, during the March of the Machine, the Phyrexian invasion of the entire multiverse, there is an uncommon battle in that set called the Battle of Olgrotha.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
And it has, on the back side of it, because it flips, into a legendary creature called Ravi, Grandmother Sengir.
Oh my god. I went right over my head.
Yep.
That's
her.
Because also that battle wasn't very good.
Yeah, it's like a 5 mana, deal 3 damage.
So it kind of went
life.
under the radar for everything.
Yeah, it's just an uncommon in the set, right?
Right.
And then on the back, she's a vampire. She's got a chariot that's led by like bats.
It's a flying chariot with bats in it.
Yeah.
She could have just gone to Aether Drift and got like, and she could
Fit right in.
Yeah. So
I guess Ravi finally got a card all those times, or the many years later.
She got one in the original set.
That's right, yeah.
The flavor text says, I do enjoy a good apocalypse.
Okay, yeah, that's fun, right?
Self-referential. Yeah.
Yeah. So someone knows the Algrotha story.
Yeah. Someone has to.
Do you think the other guys at Wizards, when they were making the March of the Machines, someone brought that card and they're like, hey, what's this?
Yeah. They're like, okay, so we're referencing all these important planes in the multiverse. We got our Kaldheim and our Ravnica and our Innistrad. Blah, blah, blah. What the hell's this Algrotha
That
one
one,
doing
Homelands.
here? Is this a brand new plane? We've never been to this one? No, we have?
We have.
Yeah, and we put Grandmother Sengir on the back. Who?
So what's the verdict of Homelands out of 10?
Okay,
Is it the worst set?
So it's not the worst set because it has things that make me want to go back to it and revisit it.
Okay.
Right? Homelands has things where I'm like, I can see what you were trying. I think there's redeemable features there. If I was to give it a rating out of 10, it's like a 4.5.
Right.
It is almost
average.
Almost average, right?
For the listeners, if you're like they've really tried to tie this in the best way they can. So if you look here, there's a picture of Castle Sengir. If you put in the YouTube or whatever, there's going to be a Castle Sengir. See how there's two prominent towers and a moon? Mm-hmm. All right, then you go over to here. Where there's the Baron Sengir. So this is the Sengir battle, the battle
of Algrotha.
and you have the same two towers and then the moon.
Yep.
And then because they had to really make sure that you knew what was going on in the Sengir, the Dark Baron, there is the moon and the two towers that are there in the background.
Well, like I said,
they're like, we really have to make sure the reference is there, otherwise no one's gonna know what the fuck is going on.
Like I said, the habitable area of Algrotha is like a couple of miles.
Or I like that no matter which way direction you're from, you can see it. It's like there's like those, I don't know, those buildings every city has. Like ours would say it's like Peter Moy's High School or something.
Sure,
where it's like,
yeah,
you look at every direction, this is fucking high school.
It's the Telstra building with the ramp on it.
Amazing.
So look, Algrotha has potential? Question mark? Because I don't know. Does it count as potential if no one gives a shit except for the really deep cut lore buffs?
Yeah, I like that it's still got the classic mythological creatures, but it has got a slightly different mix of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they could have done so much more, but even halfway through this story, they were just like, "Oh, we throw some goblins in." You're like, "Fuck!"
Yeah,
you were doing interesting stuff.
It's got goblins and dwarves and minotaurs and like animated forests and like some cool stuff going on, and then there's just nothing.
I wonder if the designers kind of just needed a filler episode. They needed something to come out. They were busy doing other things.
Almost feels like this one.
So
Homelands.
It does feel a bit like that, to be honest, because looking into the stories that have come around of the development of this set, Wizards of the Coast it wasn't Wizards of the Coast at the time. No, it was Wizards of the Coast. It just wasn't owned by Hasbro. Didn't want to publish this set. Huh. They basically got the design back and they went, "That's fucking garbage. We don't want that." But they'd already made friendship agreements. Like you probably know this, right?
Yeah.
Owner of a small business.
Yeah.
You've asked for the work from this guy and his friend, and they've given you something, and you're like, "This is shit."
How do you save face? Yeah, I'm sure there's deadline schedules, and I know right now, if for some reason the next Marvel set was no good, because obviously the Marvel set before was not as well received. You're talking about things if they have to really push back on the next Marvel set, if they had to change the date, game stores all over the world would be like, "Where's our release, man?" You can't just send the work back, and things have to. They just have to go.
Exactly. The problem is with that is that at this time in Magic, Magic is being made by a very small company. Every single release would have cost them money to publish it, advertise it, produce it, physically, right? Because they're not a big company that gets to make demands. They wouldn't be getting bulk rates on stuff. So producing Homelands costs them a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And they probably lost a lot of it on this, which probably then impacted later sets.
Back then as well, the card printers are probably just sports card printers, and they're already going out on their limbs a little bit to, print stuff for Magic, and Magic turns around and be like, "Oh, we don't want them." They'll be like, "Nah, brother."
You're like, "No, you got to fucking do it."
You're giving us money and we're printing something on a card.
Exactly. And the printing company and the advertising company and all that kind of stuff, they don't care about the quality of the player feedback to the product, right? Yeah.
So is there any lore left, major story wise, or will we just end on a dead end there?
There's interesting characters. Okay. You know what I mean? There's interesting characters that show up as well. There's the character of Ishan and their Shade. That one's pretty cool. Ishan Shade has a card in this set.
It's a cool knight, the black, like a precursor to the Black Knight.
This is another one of those sets where individual cards can have multiple different printings of art in the same set.
Yeah, the double art.
Yep.
Double
sets,
arts, multiple arts.
Yeah, so Ishan was basically a knight that tried to take on the Baron. And he's like, I'm going to get some fucking power from the Baron, and then I'm going to overthrow him by becoming a vampire. It's going to be sick. And the Baron immediately sees through that and goes, well, what if I just killed you and reanimated you as a shade, and now you're like an undead servant of mine? And everyone went, oh my god, fuck, he can do that? Oh shit, all right, let's never mess with the Baron ever again, right? So, because he just kind of has this like hitman, it's this like dark ghost that does whatever the Baron wants. There's the character of Veldraine that is the most 90s-ass character I have ever seen in my entire life, because he has like a mullet and an eye patch, and he's like standing with his arms crossed against a tree with a
He
wolf.
kind of looks like David Bowie when he was younger.
Yeah, a little bit. Honestly, it's a bit more close to like Mick Jagger or something.
Very.
Yeah. So Veldraine is like he's another one of the Baron's servants on Elgrotha. He's like a poacher and a bounty hunter and all this kind of stuff. You know, and he can kind of go anywhere, and he's able to be one of the very few people that's able to get through the Great Wood, right? Because Autumn Willow is there now, and she's just kind of like fucking shit up.
Do you guys have a favorite card of yours from this set? If you had a spot a card that was particularly notable for yourself. So I'm gonna give a special shout out to Memory Lapse. I don't know if this is the first set that prints Memory Lapse as a card. Memory Lapse as a counterspell is not particularly interesting, but in a draft with a small card pool, when you can have 7 of them in your deck, what an experience, dude.
Yeah.
But also, it's just as a counterspell, rather than hard counterspelling, it puts on top of your owner's library. I would say doable, usable. Yeah, you can rock with this card and don't feel too bad about it. Doesn't chuck him into the graveyard, but will delay your opponent.
I've enjoyed playing Memory Lapse before, and for anyone that has sat down and played Dan, it's an important card in that format,
Very
right?
important.
Because it's all about manipulating a shared top deck.
What about yourself, Matt? You got a favorite card of yours?
I have played with a couple of the cards from this set. I used to play a lot with Primal Order, which is an enchantment in green, costs for 2 green. During each player's upkeep, it deals 1 damage to them for each non-basic land they control. So that's a really nice way to be the mono green player in Commander that is just completely hating on all non-basics. It's not land destruction. Like you're not blood mooning.
Actually,
everybody.
quite an effective anti-color hate.
Yeah.
So, how about yourself?
Because it's an anti-everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
It groups slugs. What about you, Danny?
Wow, there's some real not bangers in this set. I think the Trade Caravan arts by the Arcadia Folio, awesome, fantastic.
I mean, if we're doing arts, there's some incredible shout outs in this set.
It's hard to pick a card that I would say I would play, if I'm honest with you.
I mean, Didgeridoo is a great one. We already mentioned Didgeridoo.
Yeah.
The art, the guys hitting the Didgeridoo, Minotaur shows up. Hey, man, you called? You summoned me?
I think the Narwhal was quite funny. We talked about that as well. I once built a pirate ship deck quite a while ago, and I was forced to use Reef Pirates because I was pretty desperate. I was pretty
Running
desperate
low
for
on options,
ships.
huh?
Yeah. I think Cemetery Gate is pretty cool. I think mainly because it's black and it has protection from black. I think that's funny. I think that's kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like it's a 0/5 with protection from black. So it's like it's because I get it because the Cemetery Gate is keeping them in as well as out. You know?
Yes.
And, like sure.
Yeah, I mean, like looking through the card pool for Homelands, you come across some interesting cards, and then you come across some cards that you're like, why the fuck would you put that on a Magic card? Like we were talking before about the Baron making a vampire dwarf child, right? Irene Sengir, right? 2 black for a 2/2. White enchantments and green enchantments cost an additional 2 to cast.
Yeah.
Why?
She's magical and she's messing with the magic in the air. You know what I mean? So she's making the other magics harder to cast.
I guess.
kinda
I mean,
get it.
yeah, like green and white are like the enemy colors of black. I can sort of see where that's going there too, but it's rough. Like, I mean, the examples of like cards in this set that are really exemplary of what it does is, I mean, I always look no further than the card Prophecy, right? Which is such a missed opportunity because Prophecy is a shit card with a great name. Right, like if you could print any card in Magic, so many of those like one name cards have already been snatched up by cards like this, right?
Does Chandler have a card?
He does. Red mana.
Yeah, he does. He's a red legend in this set. I can't remember which one it is, but it's Joven. I think destroys non-creatures, and Chandler destroys creature artifacts. Something like that. They both blow up artifacts, but one of them blows up creatures and one of them blows up non-creatures.
Bro, Chandler's just like someone's mate. This was someone's mate.
It's just some
That's
fucking guy.
the
drew a
the
guy.
artist knew.
Oh, look at Joven as well. Joven just looks like he's just a metalhead.
Joven looks like a guy who at a card shop would walk up to a like only female playing commander and like try and tell that player about his deck or like, you know?
yeah. Yes.
I wouldn't actually do that, you know? I wouldn't. That's how I would play it.
So, how long have you been playing Magic? Yeah? Did your boyfriend teach you?
I like there's orcish mind and there's no fucking orcs in the rest. Like,
I know.
Do you look? The way they design a set, right? I wonder if they made it just intentionally poor so it was easily forgotten. You know what I mean?
It's hard to say. The line that I saw repeated a number of times when I was looking into the development of the set was that development did little touch-up work on it, right? So, like, the set was made, it then passed on to a team that could have made changes, and they went, better not.
Too busy with the next set.
Yeah,
They
no,
don't
just chip it along.
It's kind of like when someone gets a bad tattoo and they try to get another tattooist to like clean it up, and the tattoo artist is like, "I'm not touching that. I'm not putting my name anywhere near this."
Well, I think it's one of those things where it's like, you realize I'd have to design this again from the ground up, right?
I think there's Ebony Rhino, which is a 7-mana 4/5 with trample. Again, if you can in a game where it's not fast, getting 7 mana is not unreliable. Yeah, right. And it has a flavor text of that rhino would fetch us a tidy sum, Joven. Perhaps it's time to make it ours, said by Chandler.
Yeah.
And you're just like, the fuck? Like, why is any of this information relevant? Like, no stories being told here?
Well, because I mean, that's yeah, exactly. That's the thing I was telling you, right? Is that Aaron, the Relentless, the king of the goblins, has this incredible prize, that rhino, and his two shithead older friends. Like Joven and Chandler are just like, hell yeah, man, let's take it. It's just some fucking like rhino.
I like, you know what this makes it feel like, right? Like someone's given you, it's like you going to like improv class and they give you a bunch of like cue cards and you have to create a story out of it. That's what this is. Someone's given them the art and they're like, all right, they give it to one guy and they're like, you have to like match all of these cards together and make a story. And he's like, the fuck?
Yeah, and then clearly
there's a guy called Chandler and Joven, and they're looking for a rhino. And
they're looking for
also the best friends, the goblins. And they're like, what?
And Joven has, what does he have? He's got ferrets.
Well,
he's got ferrets in his fucking pocket. And clearly, like whoever was making the story for this guy, like making it up as they go along, they see the Baron Sengir card, and they're like, man, this guy's fucking awesome. I'm gonna make everything around him.
There's spectral bears. You're like, why? When did they
ran out of ideas at some point, and they was just like, put creatures in.
Well, no, see, the thing is that like a lot of this stuff is relevant or interesting or whatever inside of the lore, right? So those spectral bears are like defenders of the forest that the Autumn Willow
Magic
can
Forest,
manifest, right? And they don't untap unless your opponent has a black creature or something like that.
A spectral bears is declared as an attacker and defending player controls no black cards. It does not untap during your next untap phase. So they have to, if they have black cards, it will untap normally.
Yes.
But if they have no black cards,
it never
so they just
untaps.
really
Terrible.
hate the blacks.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Bears traditionally.
So that's the thing is that the Autumn Willow doesn't get along with Baron Sengir, so she sends out her bears from the forest to attack anyone that comes in, right?
But if they don't see a black opponent, they like a card, they get lazy and have a little nap.
I guess the idea is that they don't attack just like innocent people. They only attack.
No, they will,
like,
but they'll have a nap after.
Yeah, they're like, no, I should have done
And
that.
the flavor text for the bears is, I hear there are bears. or spirits that guard caravans passing through the forest. Guzzlin Abbey matron. And it's like even in the flavor text, it's like, is it bears or is it spirits? It's both.
Oh, it's spirit bears.
All right, Matt, what good set are we going to next week?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, it's really fun. The next set we're going to be talking about is a set called Mirage, which has a lot of cool things going on for it and is one of the coolest settings on Dominaria. We're going back to Dominaria because, yeah.
Flashback to the canon storyline.
Turns out when we leave Dominaria, it could be a whole fucking...
I wonder if that is why we got stuck on Dominaria for so long, because their first adventure out and the production company was like, maybe not, guys.
Right back to Dominaria.
Yeah. Now let's check out a new part of Dominaria, because in Mirage, we're going to be checking out the homeland of Teferi. It's going to be the world of Zalfir
sick.
and Jamura.
A lot of relevant storyline there.
Yeah, it's a very, very cool aspect of Dominaria because it's inspired by African culture and it's great.
I love it.
It's very, very different than the sort of doomy, gloomy European stuff that we've had some variations of in the last couple of sets. Because, I mean, the Dark had that. Ice Age was that, but Scandinavian. And then Homelands is unfortunately like kind of the same.
Because Teferi is, and also the introduction to Teferi. Teferi is a very relevant character in the most of the timeline.
Don't meet Teferi yet.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because do we?
But I guess Zalfir itself, right? And Jamura.
Yeah, Zalfir has a lot of story going on as well. We meet the characters of like Kervek and Jolriel. Oh, what's that guy? He's like a white. He cares about your opponent casting their second spell each turn, and whenever they attack with two or more creatures, he's a diplomat. Mangara.
Mangara. Yes, well done.
Yeah. Mangara, the diplomat. He's important to that story as well. All that kind of stuff.
Awesome stuff.
As you can tell, it's like I have the stories in my head. I'll just need to do a refresher on them.
Let's go.
Look,
love it.
I enjoyed looking into Homelands. I had a lot of fun reading the little lore. It is not great lore, but it is obviously a lot more interesting than the set.
Yeah.
I think it's got some guys.
It stands as a unique testament to they were designing and trying new things back then.
Yeah.
I'd like us to take all the cards away and rewrite our own story using the same cards, like almost as like as like flashcards to storytell.
I've legitimately tried to approach this a couple times in the past, where like I love making custom Magic cards, and I've been working on some custom Magic cards as like nice little things for the store and for the podcast and stuff like that. Little teaser. And I've thought about going back to Homelands, and if you just took like all of the cards that are in it, left them exactly as they are, but just took all the text off them and just redesigned the set entirely from the ground up.
Ooh.
I bet you could do something cool here.
Because it's not that many cards, so it's like
it's not that many cards. It's like 115, something like that.
Yeah.
And like you've got all these settings and names and spells and characters and civilizations and that kind of stuff, and then you just make playable cards.
You've still got like I would keep all the like subtypes. Like you've still got some like blue minotaurs and some like some black warriors and stuff like that as well.
You've got your green fairies, you've got your spectral bears. There's like so much cool stuff you could do with it, right? Let's see if we can find an interesting design space for Chandler.
What are you doing to make spectral bears good?
Goes on a war.
For like how much mana? It was 4 mana, right? What 2026 spectral bears.
Okay.
It's got to have hexproof, I'd say, right?
Yep, hexproof. It has haste, reach.
So it has
vigilance.
It has. Yeah. Spectral bears. It's got vigilance, death touch, haste. It can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less.
It's a 4/4.
It's a 4/4. And
it deals damage, but it can't be dealt damage back.
Yeah. No, it's I think if you were designing this set these days, obviously the power level's got to be raised, but you can take off a lot of the downsides and add some upsides. So like a spectral bear is probably it's an overcosted, like it's an undercosted, overpowered creature. So like say maybe like a 6/6 trample for 4, right? But then it has some kind of downside. Like you just give it shadow. Right? Have it be like a big creature that you have to attack with and you can't block. Have it be that kind of thing where it's there and it hits, but it's not really there. Or give it like fading or something like that so that it sticks around for like 3 turns.
And it has to return to the forest.
Yeah, right?
Cool.
Maybe have it be a creature that, because of course the flavor is meant to be that it shows up, it punches, and then it disappears back into the forest, right?
Yeah.
So have it be like it's got haste, and then at the end of your turn, it returns back to your hand.
Oh, that's that's
See, that's the thing. Like, there's so many more interesting things you can do with this set, right? You've got the whole shamanistic Minotaur tribe. There's some interesting things you can
I like
do
the
there.
blue Minotaur. We've come from like the ice things of Dominaria. They should have like overflowed the snow-covered land, and then if you don't use like a snow-covered land to tap when you attack with your blue Minotaur, it gets frozen to the ice or something. Like,
Yeah, see, there would be cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Kang's looking pretty dubious.
For you, your shaman tap deal 1 damage. Any target.
That's the thing. That's the one card you keep exactly the same.
Exactly the
Is
same.
the Inaba Shaman.
Yeah.
Because it's the best card in the entire set. Aside from, obviously didgeridoo. You don't touch didgeridoo.
No, I'd want like persistent petitions where if you group them together, they do like more mill. I'd want that with the shaman. So if you get enough of them, they can do like a laser focus.
It taps and deals X damage, where X is the number of Inaba Shamans you have in play.
it's 2 times the Inaba shamans.
Yeah.
That'd be gas. So like it's the Dragon Ball Z where they like come together to laser beam together. You know what I mean?
Spirit
Like,
bomb.
Yeah.
That's a modern day 2026 commander right there. Your deck can contain any number of Inaba shamans.
And then you put in, exactly.
Oh, I'm gonna build it. Fuck it, let's go.
I mean, I would love to see anyone show up anytime, open challenge, take a card from this set, a legendary creature from this set, and
try and build a
an
commander?
interesting commander
make it your
deck around
commander.
it. Because there are characters in this set.
There's one where it's like your Falcons get +1, +0.
Yes, yeah, which has been
Something
eroded to
like
birds.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it can
idea
get
of-
your birds banding.
Okay, relevant.
One of our listeners sitting down to Commander on a Thursday playing Chandler the deck, and then playing with who don't listen to the podcast. And they were
you
just
bet.
like, "What the fuck is this?"
I was like, oh shit, you did the challenge from the... Wait, you guys have a podcast?
Chandler's my favorite guy.
Alrighty,
Big Friends fan.
And that's Homelands. That's
That is Homelands.
That's Homelands.
very, very
Oh
keen.
my god.
Luckily, the way this podcast works is won't have to come back to it anytime soon.
No.
Just like Wizards of the Coast.
Exactly.
We've done it. That's Homelands.
Yeah.
No, it was quite fun actually. There's
No, legitimately, a really interesting,
was-
just a slice of Magic history.
hard to look at the spread of cards and be like, "This is a story," but we got there from what it was.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, man.
All right. Catch you guys around.
See ya.
See you on the next one.